Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Abby, and on this channel I share tips on how I moved to Canada and what the experience living in Canada actually is. Today we have a very special guest on my show. I guess I said on my show. Her name is Uwa and she's Uwa of Uwa Lifestyle. I'm gonna link her channel down below, so go check it out, give her some love and say hi.
Hi Abby viewers, hi, nice to meet you all. My name is Uwa, Ohio. I'm so glad to be here. This should be fun.
This should be fun indeed. So you guys can actually tell Uwala is kind of extra. She has so much energy and so much passion for life. So today I'm going to be asking her a few questions about what it really is like in Canada. And the reason I want to do this is so that you guys have more people sharing their own experiences as opposed to just my own point of view. So hopefully you get to learn something. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed, please look at the subscribe button right down below. It's red, it says subscribe. Hit the subscribe button and also click the like button as well. So now let's get right into it. Ooh, how long have you been in Canada?
Well, I have been in Canada for like 11 years. Beautiful years. It's been great. Canada is kind of home now, but my mom is still back in Nigeria, but I still consider Nigeria obviously home. I grew up in Nigeria and been here for 11 years.
So have you always been in Calgary? Because she lives in Calgary right now. So have you always been in Calgary?
No, I'm not sure I can do 11 years in Calgary, to be sincere. But when I landed in Toronto. I spent 7 years in Toronto and then I moved to Calgary.
Why did you move to Calgary though? Everybody loves Toronto. People like to go there. So why make the move?
Well, Toronto was for me. Toronto is meant for people like me. Okay, no, I take that back. Toronto, well, is really fits my lifestyle generally, but I made the move to Calgary because, well, Toronto was too much. Does that make sense? Like I'm not one of those that, FYI, I have to really quickly put this out there for you, Abby's viewers and anybody. These are my views. Don't come for me, please. Hey, God, don't come for me. Oh, these are my opinions. I swear other people feel the same way, but this is what I think, okay? Anyways, I moved to Calgary because I needed a change of environment. I needed to focus. I was doing way too much partying and going out and, in Toronto. And I wanted to start my business, and I'm on the opinion that when you want to start a business here, you should launch in a smaller city and then, grow out into the bigger cities. So considering the field I was going to, I didn't want Toronto to overwhelm me, so I decided to move to this little village that we're in. And yes, it did what it was supposed to do for sure.
So basically what you're saying now is that Toronto is for the high lifers, the party people.
Yes, what she
all
said.
of that.
No, and also families as well, because they can come for us now. What we're trying to say is that there are more opportunities to club and more opportunities to dine, more outdoor activities in Toronto than Calgary.
As opposed to Alberta, which is more suited for when you're wanting somewhere quiet to sort of focus and other things aspects of life.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Uwa actually loves life, so she would much rather we were like drinking wine, sipping some Prosecco right now. But it's Thanksgiving here in Canada, so we will go for drinks. How about that?
We will, but relax. Yeah. This is not an interview, so that your viewers are not like bored or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't think they will be bored.
Oh,
but...
okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Abby's viewers.
Okay. No,
let's the point.
Yeah, let's go right into it. You mentioned earlier that you wanted to come to Calgary, Alberta here to sort of focus on your business and on your next steps in life. So what do you actually do?
Well, that's a very huge question, but I'm just gonna try and put myself, bring everything into one. I'm an entrepreneur. I don't like to say serial entrepreneur, but I'm into so many other businesses. But one of my major businesses is a mobile massage on demand company. I'm the CEO and founder of Ulo Mobile Spa. We get you massage therapist on demand.
Oh, fantastic!
Yes.
So you're really big into the health and wellness space.
Industry,
oh,
yes.
That's fantastic. Yes. So I think what you wanted to say something?
Well, I was going to try and just, list every tons of other things I'm doing, but, it's all right.
Okay, you know what? No, I think I'll give you an opportunity to actually list that, because a lot of people who come to Canada here because we're leaving home, I don't know it to say, a lot of people, the first option is not to actually branch out and start their own thing. People come here and the first instinct they have is to get a 9-to-5 job or a survival job, but you took a completely different route. You started your business slash businesses. So how did you really go about that? Did you do that at the onset, and did you get help from the government? Like, how was it? How easy it is for someone to move to Canada or a new country and just start a business?
Right. It's like every other place anywhere, to be honest. Like, you have to obviously save money. You have to actually have plan. But it is, to me, I've done businesses in Nigeria and in Canada. I would say that it's easier to do business here because there are rules and laws for you to abide and everybody's obeying them, as compared to back home where I'm from in Nigeria. You have to, you have to force your way into getting lots of things done. Here, things are easy. If you read about it, ask people who have done it, and follow that same route, you're most likely to get successful if you are, strong enough to go through it. Because some people really do get lazy and say it's cold outside. See, I went under the cold to drop flyers in people's homes door by door. Like, I wore layers of jacket and I was going door by door and slipping my flyers through people's doors. So it all depends on your willingness and how determined you are. But yes, it's very possible. I did several things. I was a wedding photographer. I was into Airbnb. I was into various things. So I was getting income from different places. You know what I mean? I was even into immigration consultant. There's nothing I did not do. Please don't ask me questions about immigration, but I did that for the time being. So you know what I mean? So I was saving money from there, and I did 9-to-5 as well. I saved, and then I came out and then branched into my business. Now, for the past 5 years, I've been a full-time entrepreneur. It's been exciting.
So does the government actually help you though?
Yes. Well, I've never been, considering where I grew up in Nigeria, we've never really been big on loans and stuff like that. So I grew up trying to not take loans from people, from anybody. So I didn't really understand the system of loan. If I had known, I would have actually started my business with a loan, to be honest, instead of going all through that stuff I went through. But yes, the government is there to definitely help you. Now is when my business is actually trying to take money from the government, and getting assistance from the government. And the government of Canada is one of the best governments. That should be another topic, honestly. Yes. They make life very easy for you. Things are very easy if you do things the right way.
Oh, fantastic. I think that's really, really great, because I think a lot of people sort of think the only option they have is a 9-to-5, and people don't really know that the Canadian government actually helps small businesses quite a lot. So you have so many options. And I think what's really important too for people to know is that you're not sitting down waiting for these things to come and meet you. You're going out. You just mentioned that even when it was cold, you were going out to drop flyers. So that really speaks to the sheer willpower of wanting to actually succeed, which is so admirable. So she actually owns a mobile spa, and it's called Ulo Mobile Spa. So if you're in the Alberta region, I'm going to drop the link down below in the description box so you guys can check her out. Canada is really big into mental health and like health and wellness. So I think it's a very good industry that you've actually found yourself. So yes, I applaud you, girl. Look at you, Canada big girl. But
big girl, small girl, big god though.
Small girl, big god. I like that. So now I'm actually going to be asking you about how Canada actually is, because a lot of people come here, and I am of the opinion that Canada is a little bit lonely. So I wanted to ask you how you think Canada is when it comes to like dating. So are you single?
Bruh. Well, yes.
You're single.
Yes.
Because you have to say it so that
I have to say it so that the universe can hear me.
Exactly. But why though? Like a girl like you, accomplished, beautiful. I know I'm single as well. So we're going to talk about how it is actually being in Canada and like dating. I'd like to know your perspective on what the dating scene is like, because from my experience and my interactions, a lot of immigrants have said that it is quite difficult to actually date in Canada. So I'm not really sure. Would you find that that's a problem?
Oh, okay. I see where you come from. Well, no. I'm single though, but I mean that's a different challenge of its own. I think everybody complains in different country, different states that they are single. But Canada or Calgary, let me not speak for the whole of Canada. I think Calgary has the Nigerian community is not really huge in Calgary. I feel like there's a a little pool for the women to choose from, or for even the men to choose from.
Yeah.
So there's not so many people we can say, oh, there's so many guys. And I feel like also between the ages of 22 to 30, the pool of guys are a lot.
Okay.
But when you start hitting between, let's say, 35 and above, yeah, that pool is really, really small. Because now, two things, most of those people in that age group will either be married and their wife is in Nigeria or back in their hometown, or they've been married before and they're divorcees or something, which is not such a bad thing, but that's really the little pool you have. Do you have a 35-year-old single and above just relocating to Canada alone? I think that is very slim. So if you're the ages of 35-year-old girl and you say, I want to move to Canada, well, I would tell you probably to rethink that choice, because yeah, unless, well, there are other races to date though. There's Caucasians, Chinese, Indians, there are other people. So if you're not really focused on, I want a Nigerian man, honey, just stay in Nigeria and find that Nigerian man. That's my opinion.
So I really, really get this a lot though, because from the ages, and you said 35, but I would even go as far as to say from like 30, a lot of immigrants that come here are already in relationships. So they're either moving here with their families, or they're here and, or as Owa mentioned, they already have ties back home, which they might not divulge to you. You might not know that the person you're hanging out with actually has family and ties back home. So people have to really, really be careful. But it does make sense that if you're really, really focused on being with someone who's Nigerian, it makes sense that if you're above that age limit, 30 years, maybe you should reconsider your move right now. Or on the alternative, be open to sort of exploring the idea of hanging out with someone outside of Nigeria, who's not necessarily Nigerian. So the person could be African, the person could be any other Caucasian, but as long as you're open, then your pool increases. But if you're really focused on a Nigerian guy and you come here, in my own opinion though, the chances are pretty slim. You might be successful, I'm just saying the chances are quite reduced. So yeah, I think that's a great point.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about Canada itself generally. Well, a lot of people say it's cold, it's lonely, meaning like homesick. How would you address that? Like, do you have a big community? Obviously, I know you're extroverted and all, and that really, your positive energy attracts a lot of people. But what would you say for people who are not as out there as you are, or not as extroverted and are introverted? How can they combat loneliness and homesickness here in Canada?
Well, I would suggest you talk to an introvert about this. Like, I really cannot relate with introverts. I'm sorry. I'm an extreme extrovert. Like, I'm right there. But then again, personally, yes, Canada is lonely. Canada is really lonely because it's a very cold country when it's cold, and we have more cold days than warm days. And I find that you have to build your, like, especially if you're single, hey God, you might need a therapist. Because if you do not build your community, you have to build your community. You have to sort of find your own crew to build from churches, from networking events. Like, you have to consciously make friends and look for that connection and connect with people that have the same interest as you. If it's whatever you like to do, like go to the places what you like to do. If it's the library, you have to make conscious effort to make friends, because I mean, back home you grew up there, and from growing up you've been making friends. You've had time to make all those connections that you have. So coming here now, you have to tell yourself you will have to make conscious effort. Find events to go to, networking events, go to church and indulge yourself with the activities in church or networking events. I guess that's where most people meet people. Me, I meet people anywhere. I've met someone in the grocery store before. We caught up a conversation and we stood there for another hour and we were chatting. So, well, that's me. I'm an extreme extrovert. But for introverts, yeah, you have to make the conscious effort so you're not homesick. Canada is not boring. In matter of fact, nobody should ever be bored. You have to only just create the life that you want. You know what? You guys should meet me on my YouTube.
Honestly, I'm going to leave a link below, because she just started a YouTube channel, and obviously you can see how much energy she does carry. I am quite extroverted too, and I do get really, really lonely. I think Canada is boring in my own opinion, and a lot of normal people have the same opinion as me. But I think Uwa makes a really, really good point that if you really think you're in that category of introverted people, then before you even come to Canada, start reaching out and start developing those networks and those connections, because that's the only thing that would help you here. Like, honestly, a lot of people come here, especially we Africans and Nigerians, that we don't see the value of having a therapist. But like, people start seeing therapists. I have seen a therapist because of so many issues. It's just someone you can talk to. But because we're coming from a culture that doesn't even allow that sort of vulnerability, we come here and we become depressed. So I think it's very important for you to intentionally, when you come here, build that community around yourself.
That's right.
So yeah, I think that's great.
Yes,
well, thanks for sharing.
And I also tell people that introverts should kind of reach out to extroverts. Be friends with them, because they are the ones that have the pool of friends, and then you can be their friends' friends. Like when I came into Calgary, I knew just 2 people, and luckily for me, one of them is just the male version of me, and I when I met him, I just clinged to him, and he had so many friends. Literally all those his friends obviously are now my friends. That was very easy for me. I just plugged in there, took all his friends, and now they are my friends. Like, yeah. But I would tell people, introverts, don't go to another introvert. They might tell you, I don't know anybody, or me too, I'm bored. And then 2 of you will be bored and miserable together. So you should find another person that's the opposite of you, and you guys share the same values and interests or whatnot. I'm not saying, put yourself in the party scene if you're not, but do find an extrovert that you can, lean on. They're very good. I think that most of my friends are introverts. I'm not always pushing them and stuff like that. And now I find that most of my friends that were introverts are now in between. I'm very contagious. They call me Uwa Haya, the energy diva.
I'll also put the link to her Instagram so you can see how contagious she is, really. So I guess we're almost at the end now. I just wanted to ask you a few questions. But before I do that, if you're new here and you haven't actually hit the like button or subscribe, what are you waiting for? Come on, hit the like button right below and subscribe. And also remember to check out Uwa's channel. I will leave the link below as well. Yeah. So I think the next question I would have, we know that these days there's a mass exodus happening in Nigeria. A lot of people are leaving the country just as we did. So what would you tell people who are leaving Nigeria? Should they even come? Is it worth it?
People just want me to praise Canada, Sha. That's what she wants me to do. Well, I'll say, everybody, if you have the opportunity to come. If you want to change countries all the way from Nigeria, wherever you are, to come to Canada, I think Canada is an awesome, great country for so many reasons. It's a good place to raise your children as compared to some other places. The crime rate is very, very low. The culture is fantastic. Our Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, is like one of the best in the world.
Agreed.
You know what?
Agreed.
There are some people that might not agree with me. I know, but it's okay. It's okay. It's your opinion, not mine. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, yes, Canada is a great country. Calgary, Alberta is a very, very good place to start from. Ontario, I'm sure she can put that in another topic, the different provinces and their pros and cons, but I find that Alberta is a great place to raise your children. It's cold, but you know what? We are surviving. We did not die. You'll be all right. Trust me.
Yes.
There's no jacket. There's jacket for it, and you can drive your car.
Exactly.
You will not die in between the grocery store and your house. Don't listen to them. You'll be all right. I said so. I got my first jacket this year.
You did?
I have never had a jacket. But you know what? I've had very more cold days than some people.
Agreed.
But yeah, so don't hesitate. This is a great place to train your children, to raise responsible children without the fear of, would they get shot? Would they come home and start being disrespectful? I find that Canadian children are very, very respectful, some of them, depending on the home they are coming from. So make that move. If you're a student, awesome decision right now. Just newly wedded couples, you know what? Don't stress yourself too much. Just pack your kataya
and come here. Agreed. So honestly, Uwa makes a very good point, and I just wanted to say that you guys might have watched some of my videos. I struggle to come to Canada, so I would always tell anybody that it is good to always have a backup choice. So even if you love Nigeria so much, or you love whatever country you're coming from, it is good to have a backup nationality. So I think Canada is very good at accepting immigrants, welcoming immigrants, giving them the help they need to settle, giving them help with their businesses. The weather might not be the best, but we are surviving.
Yes.
So we would like to welcome you to Canada. And yes, so come here with your families, come and start a new life. And that's all we have to say. Thank you so much for watching and sticking through with us. Remember to subscribe and hit the like button, and make sure you share as well. We will see you over in our next video. Peace.
This feels like an interview.
Oh really?
Why won't you like drink wine or something? Like relax. You know what I mean? Like
I'm gonna cut all this part away because I'm looking down.
Bruh. Oh, you're gonna cut this part
because I'm looking down.
Bruh.
Oh, sorry, but say it again. Hold on 1 second.
I bet we can't say it again.
You have to say. I'll get you to be natural. So, like, I know this is like an interview, right? So, but I just wanted you to be very serious and share your opinions, girl.
No.
Okay.